Hey everybody, it's Lauren. Welcome to our 10-minute Explore Express, where we're just going to go through a little bit of guided movement again. This time it's a little bit more condensed, so we do want to make sure that you have watched the longer version first for a lot more explanation and a lot more of the reasoning behind why we're doing some of these drills. Today is going to be just if you want a quick warm-up before workout, or you just want to move for 10 minutes and feel really good at the end. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start on our backs. We're going to go into our hook lying position. And we're going to get some breathing here. So remember, our feet are planted. We're thinking about getting our rib cage down and relaxing our shoulders away from our neck. You can close your eyes. Let's get your right hand on your chest, left hand on your belly, and let's start to breathe. As we breathe in, our left hand is expanding up, the hand on our belly. As we breathe out, it's dropping back down. All right, let's just keep breathing here. I want you to think about that 360-degree expansion in that inhale. So your belly expands upward, your sides expand out, your lower back expands down into the floor. And then in that exhale, you feel your rib cage depress down and your belly button go down toward the mat. Let's get 2 more deep breaths here. Awesome. All right, next we're going to warm up our neck. So we're going head to toe with the rest of this warm up. We're starting by coming down onto your belly, onto your forearms, and we're going to go neck nods to start. So you're going to bring your chin to your chest, look down, and then chin up, look up. Awesome. Working that full range of motion through your neck. Neck tends to be stiff. We sometimes tend to be a little bit forward with our neck. We want to try to relax as much as we can as we're going through this. Let's get 2 more. All right, and then we're going to go over your shoulder. So you're going to look straight ahead to start. You're going to press your forearms into the floor, and then we're going to look over your left shoulder, try to find your right heel, and then look over your right shoulder, try to find your left heel. So we're not just doing little side-to-side glances here. We're getting this full big turn over one shoulder and then over the other. Let's get 1 more on each side. All right, very nice. Come on up to your hands and your knees. And we're going to sit all the way back on your heels. That's going to lock in your lower back. And we're going to do some T-spine extension rotations. So you're going to take your left hand, place it behind your head, reach your elbow through the space between your hand and your knee, and then rotate elbow up to the ceiling. All right, we're locking in the lower back and we're moving just through the upper back, T-spine, and shoulder. Get 1 more on this side. And let's switch. Right hand behind your head, reach that elbow through, and rotate around. All right, very good. Next, we're going to go into some rocking. So we're going to get your shoulders stacked right over your wrists, your hips stacked over your knees. We're going to look straight ahead, and we're going to set our spine so it's nice and neutral. So we don't want to be rounded over. We don't want to be excessively arched. Somewhere in the middle. All right, and then we're going to sit our hips back to our heels and rock back forward. We're just starting to open up the hips And we're doing this with integrity through our spine, keeping our spine nice and long. Good. Now, if you notice you get to a certain point and your butt wants to tuck under, just stop yourself a little earlier. We want to think about maintaining that good spine position the entire time, and over time, you may find that you're able to sit a little further back. Good. From here, I want you to bring your knees out a little wider, drop down to your elbows. We're going to continue rocking, but now we're in this wide stance position. We're going to get our chest in between our forearms and then press ourselves away. Let's get 2 more there. Awesome, very good. And then come on up, we're gonna do a hip flexor stretch. So we're gonna swing your right foot out in front of you. I want you to get into 2 90-degree angles here. I want you to take your hips and make sure that they're tilted under. Place your hands on the front knee, and you're gonna rock forward just slightly and back. Remember from that longer video, we're not doing this, all right? We're keeping the hips tucked under. It's not about as big of a range of motion as you can do here. It's about localizing that stretch in that front of that hip flexor. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Again, start by setting the hips under. Place a hand on your knee. Slight rock forward and back. All right, very nice. Next one, we are going to come to a push-up position. Shoulders right over your wrists. We're going to take your left foot, step it over your right heel. We're going to do an ankle, calf, and hamstring mobilization. So you're going to start by pointing your toes, then get your heel down toward the floor, and then get your hips up toward the ceiling. And we're going to keep going there. Rock forward, heel down, hips up, heel goes down even further. So we're stretching out that ankle, then calf, then hamstring. Getting them all in one movement together. Beautiful. Go ahead and switch sides. Make sure that as you're pushing your hips up toward the ceiling, your heel is going down further toward the floor. So we're getting even more of an increased calf stretch there. And let's get one more. Awesome, very nice. And then finally, we're gonna integrate all of those nice moves that we just did together into one combined movement. So we're gonna start at the back of your mat. We're gonna do an inchworm, Spider-Man lunge, rotation, hip lift, back into an inchworm, and do the same thing on the other side. All right, so start with your feet just under your hips. We're gonna come on down, walk your hands out, push up position, step your left foot outside of your left hand, drop your left forearm down toward the floor, rotate that left arm up to the ceiling, point your thumb back, place your hand on the outside of your foot, straighten out your leg as much as you can, pull your toes back, back to the Spider-Man lunge, step your foot back, inch your way back in, all the way up to standing, and let's do it again. Come on down, walk yourself out, step your right foot up, drop your right elbow, right hand rotates, hand outside the foot, pull up the toes, back to Spider-Man, step back, all the way up to standing, and let's get one more on each side. Come on down, step up, forearm down, rotate away, hamstring stretch, return, inch it back up, and one more time on the other side. All right, awesome. I hope you enjoyed that quick little mobility session, whether that was preparing you to get your workout on or if it was just to move and feel good for the rest of the day. Whatever you did that for, whatever intention it was, I hope that it helped you to feel better and it helped you to explore different ranges of motion. Remember that this is all about exploring what works for you, so we're not trying to force yourself into any movements, but hopefully over time, as you do this more and more, you'll get more and more comfortable with some of those increased ranges of motion.